We are still, working out the details, but broadly, the contours were already mentioned. In terms of CRR and SLR, that dispensation will certainly be given. Other than that, I don't think there is any change, in the regulatory dispensation. So that whatever is, whatever is the existing dispensation regulation with regard to that, there is no special dispensation for that. In terms of the quantum, we are hopeful of reasonable and good. We are not targeting any particular amount, but we do expect healthy flows, both from ECB and other various measures have been announced today. So as a result of all these measures, we expect healthy flows, not only in this period of 3 to 4 months that we have given short window for ECBs and FC and RB deposits, but there have been other measures for equity as well as government bonds. So all put together, we are quite, and there were other measures, which were taken even earlier, whether it is in terms of the ECB, liberalized ECB scheme that we brought in, and the measures that I mentioned in my monetary policy statement with regard to government initiatives in terms of the trade agreements, etc. All those put together, we are quite confident of very healthy, a much better BOP this year as compared to what it would have been otherwise.
Thank you, sir. We'll take some more questions from our left side before we come to the right side. I now request Manojit Saha from Business Standard to ask his question. Manojit, please.
Thank you, sir. Now, can we assume that for the time being, since you have not mentioned that when the RBI expects inflation to come back to 4%, can we expect that RBI now put that 4% target in abeyance for the time being and more focused on the range like we did in COVID times? Because from the speech, I think it's evident that you're more concerned with growth rather than inflation. So is the 4% target is kept in abeyance for the time being?
No, the target is not in abeyance at all. It's a target which is sacrosanct for us. It's a target which the government has given to us. It was reviewed. It remains 4%. And that is what our endeavor is. But keep in mind that this target, it is to be met, over a period. It's a medium term kind of a target. And it is not advisable to take action for each and every small or large, especially small, deviations from the target, because that can have consequences which can be disproportionate for growth. So our target remains the same. It is 4%. It is to be met over a period of time. And as mentioned, we will be data dependent. We have to watch and see as to whether this shock supply, because it's a supply shock, whether its effect is going to persist or whether it is going to wane away. So we are watching for that, and I think the details are already there, in my monetary policy statement. We'll be very watchful if inflation is getting generalized, building into expectations, and accordingly, take action.
The concern is the real rate is now very, very small or even negative. So,
see, as I mentioned to you, we have to look at it over a little longer period. It's not possible, nor is it desirable. It's neither possible nor is it advisable to have it pegged, in a very small range, and that's why we have this range. The range of 2 to 6% is primarily for this purpose. That while the endeavor, the focus, the target is 4%, But there can be fluctuations around that. And we don't, if they are really fluctuations, then, we don't, and it's, the effect and the inflation is coming down on its own, then we don't apply, monetary policy tools which will have other adverse consequences.